It is time for the Jamaica Spotlight Show right here on Mega Hot Fire Blazing FM TV. I'm filling in for your host tonight, who's under the weather, Carolou McIntyre. Carrie, we say feel better fast because we need you. We miss you over here. All right. On the other end, we have the blessed one, Ken Solomon. He'll be hosting tonight as well. Of course, yours truly, I'm Sheila Diva Dion, and I'll be hanging with you until the end of the show. Tonight's guest, we have Rob, the tree man, I call him, the entrepreneur from Westmoreland, Jamaica. And we have a recording and touring artist, G.D. Hemings. He'll be talking to us also about his journey. And then later on, we have entrepreneur and CEO of Miss 30 Plus Fashion. Yeah. All right. So before we do anything, we always put God first. So I'm going to call on the blessed one, Ken Solomon, to give us a word of prayer. Father Ken, it's your turn to pray.
Blessings, blessings, blessings. Thank you so much, Lady Sarah. And of course, the Lord is my light and my salvation. Then whom shall I fear? When the wicked and our enemies came upon us to eat of our flesh, they will just stumble and fell. Indeed. And of course, I'm going to share a chapter with you, of course, of the day. The chapter 2 Chronicles 7. If my people, which are called by my name, should humble themselves and pray, and seek my face, and turn from their wicked ways, then I will hear from heaven, and will forgive their sins, and will heal their land, their land, their land. And of course, as we touch, of course, a vibration like this, we're asking all our viewers to subscribe, like, comment, and share this broadcast here today, because it promises to be a very convenient. Of course, we have, of course, royalties. We have, of course, nature vibes. We have musical vibration, and we have entrepreneur coming at you right here indeed. Of course, we're going to be asking Sira Diva to take it away and, of course, begin the proceedings in the name of the Most High God. Love you every time. Take it away, Sira.
There we go. Thank you, Father Ken, for that word. All right, and as you know, most of us know about Hot Fire Blazing FM. Some of us don't know, our listeners. So let's give you a little bit of information. Hot Fire Blazing FM is based on kingdom principles. It's a product for spiritual development. KSHW Live is the home of Hot Fire Blazing FM. The blessed one, who's actually hosting the show tonight, whether or not he knows it, created the station to give local talents, businesses, and ministry a chance to promote positive vibration, helping the needy and giving voice to the voiceless. Later on, we'll be giving you more information on how to connect, how to sponsor, how to share with us on Hot Fire Blazing FM. Right now, you can tell a friend to tune in. Mega Hot Fire Blazing FM TV on YouTube. Also, you may want to turn your radios on the net. Zeno.fm/radio/Hot Fire Blazing FM. You can also send us an email, and that is hotfireblazingfm@gmail.com. HOTTFIREBLAZING@gmail.com. You can also call us if you want to place your products, if you want information, you want to get your music on the air, anything at all, to be a sponsor or to collaborate with us. 1-876-586 582. I'm sorry, I was going to say 586. 1-876-582-2704. That's 876-582-2704. All right, and we're going to go right into everything right now. Ron, we're going to put you in the hot chair. Are you ready for us?
Always ready. Always ready.
All right, Mr.
Blessing.
Ready, one
You too.
and ready, two and move. Ron, I looked at a little bit of information for you. And when Father Ken said, hey, we're going to have him, I'm like, yes, the man with the tree house. So give us a little bit of your background. First of all, your name is Raul to us, but tell us
Wrong.
your actual
Mhm.
name that was given at birth.
It is indeed raw. WROL, without rule or law.
And Raul, what does it stand for? WROL, just that?
Yeah, just that.
Oh, no, no surname, no nothing else, no middle
Oh,
name.
the surname. So it's without rule or law plus foster meaning care for.
All right, I hear you loud and clear. So,
Yeah,
did you
man,
grow up in Westmoreland or did you migrate
no,
from another part of the country to Westmoreland?
so
Give us a little bit of
no, I'm not.
your background.
So I'm not in Westmoreland. I'm in Manchester. Not Mayfield, Westmoreland, but Mayfield, Manchester.
Ah, thank you for that correction. Mayfield, Manchester. Thank
Yeah.
you. So, go ahead and tell us a little school, little family background. Before you started this, what did you do until you got to this point?
So before I started this, I was a regular person, doing the regular everyday thing. I mean, went to the regular schools, lived in the regular places, just like everybody else. Try to fit in into the regular system like everybody else, just the same. Um, but then, you know, views, time, personality changes, so it makes a difference along the way. Um, Yeah, that's it basically. It's just a simple transformation that desires better health, better lifestyle, and more into one lifestyle, where you find oneself. You know what I'm saying? That's what a certain level.
All right, thank you for
Mhm.
that information. Now you've developed. By the way, your mom, dad still around, or is it just you?
Yes, yes,
Oh,
yes. And guess what? My grandparents are not so long ago, so
mhm.
we're in a family where we live to a certain time, but you know, if we take care right even more, we can live even longer. Yeah, man. So my dad is still around, my mom is still around. No, not still. Still is a word that means move no more. But they are around just the same.
Oh, still means they're not moving, but they're alive and well and
Yeah,
kicking.
man.
Thank God for that, right?
Yeah, yeah, man. See
So,
you, just like that.
so what inspired you to do this treehouse thing?
All right, so this treehouse thing here, when I went on the spot, I went on the location to be just a regular farmer, to plant some food and make sure that I have food to sustain, life and family and stuff like that. But then um there was a hole there that I was digging out, and the hole reached to a certain depth that I have to use a ladder to climb down into the hole. And while I was there looking around, trying to arrange myself to see, all right, how am I going to um deal with this piece of property, because it was on a slope. So I was thinking about what tree to groom and what place to cut and what to do and what to do. And so I take the ladder from the hole and lean it on this particular tree. And then when I climb into this tree, I mean, like I was taken aback, like, yo, everything, the vision just opened up to another level. So that hole that I dig out, I was there to be portal, because so much things had come from that just by taking the ladder from it and leaning on the tree. You know, it's basically a portal with information. And I mean, I have done so many things on the property, and that hole is still open. So as you mentioned that now, I think I need to clean it up back some more because each time the rain fall, it pour back some dirt in it. I need to keep it clean so that the portal remains open. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Just by leaning the ladder on the tree and climbing up there, I mean, the whole vibration of farming has changed to a different vibration of things, and different knowledge of understanding, change, so, so it is just what it is. Yeah, man.
All right, thank you for that information. That is what it is. Now, you started out with just digging this hole and then building this tree house, but later on, you turned it into an Airbnb or a hideaway, a getaway. Tell us more about that and what was the
All right.
breakthrough moment.
So, so the thing about it is that it's not really an Airbnb per se. It is my personal spot. However, if you desire to have it for that purpose, you desire to have a rest from it or an experience from it, then it is quite fine with me. I can pull myself, I can adjust myself so you can get that space in it and all a vibe. So it's just that it.
All right. So now, what are the amenities that you offer at this space since you're
So
sharing it with others?
So if you're interested in having some natural vibration, like whether it's juice or food, coming straight from the land, from the property, then I can create that, because I think I have a certain kind of skills in preparing natural food in a certain way, things that you would like wonder if that thing can eat, you know. it can be done. Like for instance, even some friends and I went down there and um, we never made any preparation as to what we're gonna make for food. And you know, I got this thing about me where I can just think of something and just make it happen. So what we prepared was some Spanish nigel, some mango, and what's the thing here again? Oregano or French thyme. Yeah, man, that was the salting. All of that together made the salting and some fried dumpling. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. Well, I know it wasn't expecting fried dumpling, but yeah, man, I
Why not?
fried dumpling from
You
time
eat
to
fried
time.
dumpling.
well, well, because it's not grown on the property. We don't have flour growing on the property in that form. But yeah, you know, it can be done. Natural things, you can just look around, if you have that mindset, because you have some persons who um is in the setting where they think that everything that they see is poison, because they have never seen persons done that before. So people think that it is poison. But if you believe in the word that it says that every fruit, herb bearing fruit that in which there is a seed, it should be to you for meat. So if you believe in that, or if you know that as a fact, if you believe in that word, then and that's coming from the Bible in Genesis, right? Then you will know that you can experiment and things, and if it's your liking, then you can have it. If you don't feel like having it, then you don't have it. So that is just it for me. Even the other day I tried banana root for the first time. Like I was there with a guest, and I was boiling some roots and I had some banana root inside of it, and she asked, can that be eaten? I said, I don't know, but then, like, probably within that same hour, I decided, all right, let me try it and see what it's like. And then I tried some banana root. Curry some banana root, and oh, unbelievable! It tastes like curry goat. So things can happen, like, if you know to apply yourself to it and live the life in a natural way. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. That is it.
All right, nice. You have a very unique concept. And of course, when I was doing my research, I noticed that you also did sculptures, you made things, and you sell them. How's that going for you?
Well, it's not really much that I do. Most of what I do it for me. You know, But if you see something that is there within the region and you like, I can certainly make some for you and let it happen. You know what I'm saying? Like for instance, I got some stools there and thing. Persons normally come and light my stool and thing, or my goat skins that I prepare for my mats or carpets. If you like those things, or if there are other things that you see that you want. everything for you. You will probably not get the original, but I can create something for you.
All
That
right,
is
I
it.
got you. Totally. Now, you make everything from hand, even the bridge that takes you to and from the treehouse.
No, it's not really a bridge. It's basically a step that a Z-shaped step. Yeah. But it's simple. I mean, for me, things are all right. For me, once you can see the thing, once I can see it, and I don't know about you, but once I can see it, it's already done. It's just possible already.
Okay.
Once I, somebody's giving a direction and you can see it clear, explaining and you can see it clear. For me,
Mhm.
I can't last again. Once you can tell it to me and I can see it, then it's already done. I can't last again.
All
So
right.
that is it for me. Things become simple once I can visualize it. And
Great
all I
way
need
of
to do is just
thinking.
start.
Hmm.
Hmm?
Great way of thinking.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
So it
Um,
is.
all right.
Mhm.
So you have a tree house, and most people would say, "Boy, Hurricane Melissa, come! My house is going to be blown down." Were you afraid? And after, were you afraid? Did the Melissa hurricane or Hurricane Melissa affect you in any way negatively?
All right. So talking about fear. Fear is something that you choose to have overtaken you. Fear is a choice. All right. I want that to sink in. I'm gonna pause a little bit on that, but let me sink that in again. Fear is a choice. No one was born with fear. Let's take, for instance, a child. Um, if a child is running, it is fear for the child, but not the child for the child self. mean, when people grow up and say, boy, them afraid of lizard or afraid of cockroach or them kind of stuff there, that is something that they learn from somebody else. So it automatically becomes a choice that which you pick up along the way, choose to hold on to. But it is not something that you really need to do. I mean, so in stepping out, this is something that you really need to get rid of. Learning how to stand. I mean, this radio station is about is as far as I can see, is about, I mean, connecting to the Most High a certain on a certain level. And so, for the listeners who listen and know these things, is that if you are going to be having a creator and you know that your creator is all powerful, then why submit yourself to that which is fear, which is less than your creator? You're not his child, man. You need to pull yourself together and move forward, because how would you feel if you have a son and you is a strong man or a strong woman and you find out, say, boy, that would have embarrassing, true or false?
For me, I wouldn't say it's embarrassing, but
All
different
right, all
strokes
right.
for different folks. It
All right, all
happens.
right. Here we are going. Here we are going. When you come up with that explanation, I don't even want to hear it. But for me personally, that would have been embarrassing, because I know that which is within me and I know that which is within my creator. And so if my creator have given me certain amount of power, then I desire to let that with me and not try to make him feel embarrassed in any kind of way. I want to be strong for him and for myself.
Yes, once
Right?
again,
So
different
when
strokes for different folks.
so when you speak now about the hurricane and being fearful, the first thing I did was to close off everybody that was calling and texting me. I don't want to hear from them, because my mindset is on a different level. Right? I don't want anything to shake my heavens. No way at all. Don't touch my foundation. My foundation is set. All right. And then you'll have people coming in and whispering things like, let's take, for instance, we can go back to the Bible, because I like to use the Bible as reference. Let's take, for instance, when Job was going through his trials and challenges and stuff like that. You have people coming in and say, yo, you are going, man. Curse God and die, and this and that and whatever. Just done it and done it over with. But he decided, all right, you are one. In spite of what, I'm going to stay strong to this. Right? And so that is what happened. I mean, the breeze come in and it did test me. I mean, there are times when it becomes, I mean, extreme. And I mean, I mean, the whole place was like an earthquake kind of vibration and the wind. I mean, I think I feel it more than anybody else.
All right, but it's a
But
man
for me,
without fear. So hey,
no, it's not that just without fear, no, but you just have to learn how to pull yourself together, stand firm, plant your foundation in that which is the foundation of all foundation, the giver of all giving, that is where you set your foundation and move forward in life.
all right,
Yeah, man.
Ral,
So
I would
that is where I
love
was
to
anchored.
go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was just saying that is where I throw my anchor in the creator, you know what I'm saying?
All right, glory be to God in the highest. Now, I would love to continue talking to you, but of course, I have to turn you over to Father Ken. I'm sure he has some questions for you, and we have the other guests waiting. We may need to schedule you for another time as well. Very interesting things you're saying. So, Father Ken,
No
it's your
problem.
turn. Hmm? Father Ken, I don't hear him.
Wow, I'm here.
Ready? All right.
I'm here indeed.
Go
Wow,
ahead. Go ahead.
that's a mouthful. That's some very inspirational stuff there from our brother Raul. And persons out there watching and listening to Hot Fire Blazing FM, put your hands together and give this young man a round of applause. And also, Lady Sarah, who did a fine job of asking some of the good questions to get those information out. And of course, now I am here. I'm observing that Raul is a spiritual person. And of course, we want to know a little bit about, of course, how it started for him, for some of those rough days in a synapse in a Raul. I wanted to share with us from when you born, which era were you born in, and some of the ups and downs, and what propel you to be in this area. You're on. Take it away, Rahul.
All right, so I was born in Portland, moved to Spanish Town, moved to Manchester, moved to St. Anne, moved to Montego Bay, and then back to Manchester again. I mean, so that covers a whole heap of growth of my life in order to be moving back and forth in certain places. Um, Moved to England, then moved back to Jamaica, moved to America, then moved back to Jamaica, and then come back in the setting. So I would have seen a lot within that time, those times, and gone through a lot of experiences. I mean, seeing
Yeah,
where I mean, the technical parts of life that people really consider to be really technical. I mean, those things are not really necessary. I mean, because about life is really simple for me. After I seen all of this and all of that, has become really simple. I mean, the technical things that for me, in my view, that people take upon themselves is just a choice again. Like let's take for instance, I'm not hitting against the cable people, but why do I really need to take cable and I can only watch one channel at a time? Why am I going to
yeah,
be paying for 100 channels where I can only watch one at a time?
yeah,
Why should I buy a double king side bed when I can only sleep on one side at a time and you have clothes pack up on the rest of it just to show who and to please who. I mean, for me, I look into all of these things and recognize that there are certain things that really don't make any sense for me. And then being out inside of what they call the corporate world, I mean, you're not living basically for yourself, but you're living to please others. Why not do something for yourself that you feel, I mean, comfortable with and make life much easier and so forth? And then within all of this thing and all of this time, there are things that happen here and there where you find yourself you're back against the wall and you come out without doing anything.
yeah,
And then you recognize that there must be a creator that does these things for you. And so then the Bible come about and teach you these things, and then you see these experience coming out in your personal life. And so, you know, experiencing it from the Bible perspective and then putting a trust there for a little bit of time, just to watch and see what's going on. And you recognize it really works. then there must be a creator. And so I lean towards the way of trying to know who this creator is, trying to have a relationship with him, because I know that I have been defended by sources and powers that I cannot do it with my physical strength. And so, yes, that is where it started. I mean, and that is where it's at, and this is where it's at right now. Keep on moving in the way. Yeah. So it is what it is.
You suggested that, of course, you are seeking to find the creator. For all our listeners and all our viewers right now, did you actually find the creator per se, Raul?
Yes, I would say yes.
And tell us a little bit about
Yes.
that. Finding the creator, could in a synapse, what it is
All right.
like to
So,
find the creator.
all right. So watch this now. So you need to know the voice that speaks to you inside that head here. It's not just you. All right. So what I know is that, you see, this that you see right here, this is just a vehicle.
Yes.
But when you have that which you say, that mind that speak to you, that you call the mind, that you think, that is the one that has the connection with the creator himself.
Yes.
Yeah. And so once you can see through that and see, all right, like let's take for instance, when Yeshua was leaving the earth, he said he will send you a comforter. Yeshua is the one that they call Jesus. But we're talking about the original man. We're not talking about Jesus right now. I know them kind of think that. But Yeshua is the one that gives you that comforter, and that comforter is the one that have the connection directly to the creator. And then he also gives you the the what am I say? He is the only mediator between you and the creator himself. Yeah.
Yes.
And so if you learn how to, connect to him in a spiritual way, then you'll find him definitely.
Oh wow! I'm telling you, this is something very special right here on Art 5 Blazing FM, on the Mega Art 5 Blazing FM TV. And having Rahul on, and if you just join us, we need to get into a technical point of view of this little chit chat here. At the tree house, talk to us,
Yes.
Rahul. In commencing this project, how long did it took you to reach this stage? And could you paint a picture for the listeners right now who's listening at Fire Blazing FM, what it was like and how long did it take you to reach this state? Talk to
All right.
us.
So when I started this project, when I just entered into this land, it was just a wilderness. I don't know if you know Kashamaka. But pasta maca is that maca that, if you just brush on it when hold on to you and couple more when hold on to you just the same. They are like some clouds moving back and forth. So a lot of the property was taken over by that. I mean, at that time I was doing a regular 9 to 5. In Mandeville, in the town of Mandeville, and I normally travel. I normally leave from work when I have early time and travel to the country and put on my gloves and stuff and put on my gears and do some chopping and clean up the place. I mean, I also had another help. At that point where, clean up the place, and then I started putting in some planting and some banana trees. Those things, they don't need much maintenance. So you put in long-term things that you don't need to be running behind it all the time. Um, and then gradually, as more time, invest more time into the project where I got food now. After 9 months, you start having planting and banana, so you have food. You can take care of yourself, and you can choose whether you want to start selling or you want to keep your work or whatever. But that
Yes.
is your choice. And then you know then the project started. Dig out the hole, getting ready to store water. Um, Climb the trees, start that which I need. Once I see it, I know exactly what I needed. And then I started bringing in materials. So what I normally do for this material is that I used to see some work. I mean, going around at the town, and now I'm gonna see like some person did some refurbishing, and they have some good materials that I'm interested in. I would normally take those job cheap and collect those materials, just make sure I get those materials, take them to my place, and stock them, because I have a vision, so things that I can't afford to buy, then I'll use those from this, and what I can afford to buy, I use them for building, you know what I'm saying? And
Yes.
um, so that is where the projects start coming together. By putting things together. I mean, because the vision, the plan was already there, and so I just put things together and finish. First of all, I finished a storeroom, which was a garage for my car, and put that there. So then I used the storeroom for my room, and then from the room now I started building stairs because I have upstairs, and then yeah. Yeah, man. So, from to where it's at right now, it will take probably about, let me see, I wouldn't say from 2080 because I don't spend much of the time there at that time. It would have taken probably about uh, a 4 year period to reach where it's at right now and consistency, you know,
Mhm. Mhm.
because whenever time I'm working at my place, I don't get tired. The only thing stop me from working is night, sometimes rain.
Yes.
Yeah, man. I'm always on fire like fire blazing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. That is it. So, yeah, man. It's a good vibration, man. So once you're pouring energy into yourself, something that you desire, not anything that you're watching other people, what other people is doing or what other people is saying. You'll always be on fire for what you want to do, and you're gonna make it happen. Don't get
Well,
distracted. Just do what you gotta do.
we're turning up the fire right here on Mega
Yes,
Art
and
Fire Blazing FM TV and Art
yes.
Fire Blazing FM. Indeed, um, it is such a beautiful thing, and I see that you are a winner, and we have to really take off our caps to you. And Raul, um,
Yes.
we would love to have you a little longer, but we have a couple more guests on, and we're going to be having another program for you specifically to have a lengthier thing, because if we have you on right now, our other guest is going to be in the background and of course wanting to come on because it's getting hot right now. But of course, I want you to paint a picture. Tell us the water and the light in there, because I think tourists can come down and do some tours on this location. So we want to paint a picture for the lightings and the water. How do you go about and do that for the water and the lighting
So
quickly?
So the light and the water. So the light is actually solar powered. The run off the sun and battery. That's the simplest part. And then the water is from the rain that goes into drums and filters and come right back inside the house, and you're good to go. So it's
Great,
just simple lifestyle. Nothing extra, nothing too technical.
great, great, great.
Yeah,
Listening
man.
to the man right here on Mega Art Fire Blazing FM. The man is a winner. And of course, if you need to be a winner, you have to have the spirit of the Almighty God. And
And
with
not
God,
just that.
all things are possible. What are the weapons that you need to use? Well, I'm going to tell you in a synapse. Check Ephesians 6 right here. Indeed, we're going to send that message to you out there in global world. You want to be a winner? Check out Ephesians 6. And it's Art Fire Blazing FM. We put the Almighty God first in everything that we do. We have DJ Hemings, and of course, we have an entrepreneur in the wings, and of course, coming up. But guess what? We're going to be asking Rahul to give us, of course, his social media platform links that persons can go there and check him out. You're
All right.
on.
So the social media is Treehouse Paradise plus JA. Yeah,
Repeat.
man, that's Treehouse, Treehouse Paradise Plus Paradise+, That is it. And you can
Okay.
find me TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook.
Wow. And where do you
Yeah, man.
locate? Which parish do you locate? Talk to them again.
Located in Manchester. Located in Manchester. Mayfield, Manchester.
Womanchester or Manchester, Galchester.
Yeah,
Galchester.
Manchester. Yeah, man.
Okay.
Just like that.
Great to have you on, my brother. And of course,
Love
love
and
to see
respect
you.
and blessing.
And of course, we all appreciate you. And of course, you're a family of Hot Five Blazing FM
Blessing.
now. Lady Zero,
Blessing.
take it
Yes.
away. Take it away.
Yes, yes. Thank you so very much, Ronald. We'll be talking to you soon. I'm guessing Father Ken will reschedule or schedule you for another session because I have questions. Listening to you, you're sounding like
Clear, no?
a man all by himself, especially when you said, hey, it's only one me, why the channel? But we're not going to go into that. But thank you for coming on and talking to us, and we'll save
It's
that
all
one
good.
for later.
Love and respect. Blessings indeed. That is it.
Yeah. Coming up next, we have international recording and touring artist GD Hemings. GD Hemings, are you ready to talk to Father Ken and myself? All right. I love the hill and gully. Do you love it? Can't hear you, GD. Can't hear you.
I'm hearing you clearly.
Oh, but I'm not quite sure. Father Ken, do we have any little issues on there? Yeah. You're not coming through clearly. Father
Yes.
Ken, can you hear him?
No, it's smoogie. It's smoogie. The voice is smoogie.
Yeah,
And
it's kind of
it's
like
not,
that.
if there's a word like that, it's not, it's not coming too clear. So
It's not
turn
it's
off and
not
turn on.
your sort of I started when I started.
Huh?
Out of
Yeah, because we had you on early and you're sounding very good, man. But
Yeah,
let's put
now
some
it's
fire on that, man. We're gonna blaze some fire on that because the adversary is lurking around you. Fire, fire, fire. Blaze some fire and can clear and come again.
all right.
All right. If we
Go
turn up
ahead
the
and
volume,
check that out. We're gonna put something in here for a hot fire. Give you a
yes.
moment, right?
We're gonna check that out and come back and test it out again. So here
We'll
we
be right
go, here
back.
you go, here you go. See your diva Dion is on.
Real
All right.
conversation and authentic Jamaican culture. Then tune in to the Jamaica Spotlight Show, featuring exclusive artist interviews, breaking news, reviews, and rich cultural information from Jamaica and beyond. Every last Friday at 7:30 p.m. Join Sarah Diva Dion alongside host Carolyn McIntyre and the last one, Ken Solomon, on Hot Fire Blazing FM TV. You don't want to miss the energy, the culture, and the excitement. Guess what? Don't be late. It's gonna be great.
All right, so there you have it, and we are live with our international recording artist GD Hemings. Are you ready for us?
I'm ready. Are you hearing me clearly now?
No?
Are you hearing me clearly? I'm hearing you.
Father
GD
Ken.
Emmons, can you turn down your, maybe you turn up the phone too much so we're getting some like a frazzle sound. I don't know if you turn it up. I don't know if you turn it up or you're watching the TV or somebody around. You need to turn off the TV.
Turn off. I'm
Um,
outside.
okay, you want to go out, then come back in, let him
You
exit,
want
then
to,
come back in. GD will wait for you.
yes, click out and click in back. Click out. Click out, GD.
We'll wait for
Then
you,
you turn
darling.
it back.
Okay, Rawl is still there. Hey, Rawl, how you liking it?
Thanks.
You're listening to your real revolutionary radio, Hot Fire Blazing FM, the voice of love, giving voice to the voiceless. Please remember to support our social media platforms. On YouTube, it's Mega Hot Fire Blazing FM, Hot Fire Blazing FM Voices, and Hot Fire Blazing FM. Like, comment, subscribe, and share. Our TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook page at Hot Fire Blazing FM. Please support today. Yes, my beloved people. Also, check out our live broadcast 24/7 on the web at zeno.fm/radio/ Hot Fire Blazing FM. Thanks for your support. And do drop us a line at hotwaxja@gmail.com or call 1-877-582-2704. Keep listening, stay safe, and remember to pray.
All right, GD Hemings, you are back with us. How's it going over there with the
Yes,
sound?
a little distorted, but I'm hearing you clearly.
Yeah, it's distorted. All right,
Can you hear
so
me?
let's see what's happening. Father Ken, what do you think? I'm going to ask him a few questions, anyways, and hopefully that will pick up because we have the entrepreneur waiting in the wings. So tell us, what is your well? I know your name, but the people listening, they hear me say GD Hemmings, so you can go ahead and tell them your name and tell them a little bit about your background, your upbringing, until you get to the point where you were inspired to do music.
All right. My name, we call it now, registered name, George Delroy Hemings. There you get G.D. My last name, Hemings. Born in Lucy, Hanover, April 28,
Boy,
1966.
GD, the audio is terrible. I'm not quite sure the listeners are hearing you clearly. They'll probably be throwing stones at Father Ken if he was live on the scene.
I can't take it busted right now.
No stones are
So,
shandy bottles.
no sooner shun the battle. So GD Emmons, I
That's
think,
about, yeah,
what,
that's
what I
better. That's
think, you
all.
see, what I think, GDM is you could turn off your gadget, turn off
All
your
right.
phone, and turn it on back and rejoin us. All right? We'll be
Yes,
Okay.
right here
turn on.
waiting for you.
Can we do Stephanie in the meantime? Is she
Yes,
still
we'll
on?
jump right into that, of
Stephanie,
course.
if you're listening, you can join us now, my darling, and we'll go right on into your
Looking for the hottest vibes, a real conversation, and authentic Jamaican culture? Then tune in to the Jamaica Spotlight Show, featuring exclusive artist interviews, breaking news, reviews, and rich cultural information from Jamaica and beyond. Every last Friday at 7:30 p.m. Join Sarah Diva Dion alongside host Carolou McIntyre and the blessed one, Ken Solomon, on Hot Fire Blazing FM TV. You don't want to miss the energy, the culture, and the excitement. Guess what? Don't be late. It's gonna be great.
All right. And yep, you want to join us every last Friday at 7:30 p.m. We have exciting information and news to share with you, and not to mention our entertainers coming on and the people who are here to tell us about our culture. In the meantime, between time, let me give you just a little bit of information regarding Hot Fire Blazing FM, how to get in touch with us and how to listen. You can send us an email at hotfireblazingfm@gmail.com, and it is spelled HOTTFIREBLAAZING@gmail.com. You want to call and speak with someone in the office or Father Ken himself, you can call 1-876-582-2704. And don't forget, we're live 24/7 on the web at zeno.fm/radio/hot fire blazing FM. Father Ken, you have anything else you want to tell them? Oh, before I go, also, there are different programs that Hot Fire Blazing FM is doing, especially in the community.
Clean
There's
now.
one where we're feeding,
Clean.
helping to feed the needy. So you, if you want to be a sponsor or to be a part of it at
Clean
any
now.
point, you can
Clean.
call 1-876-582-2704. All right, and GD Hemings is back. Sound like his
Yes.
sound
Yes.
is up and ready. So take it
Ready.
away, GD Hemings. Welcome back. Now go ahead and give us a little bit about your background, your upbringing through the levels until you get to the point where you are inspired, and tell us what and who inspired you to do music.
All right. Here we go. So, as I said, George Delroy Hemings, aka G.D. Hemings, right? All right. Born Lucy Hanover, April 28, 1966. The last of seven, we call them siblings. I'm the only boy
So
in
you're
the
the
whole lot.
baby
Yeah,
boy, baby boy.
yeah,
You've been on my
right.
mind.
Right, yeah. So from an early age now, going to church, Christian Fellowship Church, my parents, siblings, everybody attend the same church. I was actually drawn to drumming. I was a drummer, and I started playing that drum at an early age, maybe 6 years old. Went to Rossi's, Lucy Primary, still playing them drums in the, because we had devotion. I don't know if they still have that, but every morning you gotta come devotion, a lot of gospel playing and all of that. So I used to play on the desk, playing my drums. Continue right through high school. Then I actually was taken to Negril by a gentleman named Sobers. He's here no more, he gone on to greater works. May his soul rest in peace. He was the one that actually brought me to Negril because his drummer left for the States at that time. And he heard about me, and he came and brought me to Negril. Still interested in drumming, played down there. Then I think it was 22 when I was 22. I said I want to learn this music very professionally. So what I did, I actually was trying to find a school. So I told my mom, and then she said, check the music school in Kingston. I went there. When I inquired, it was very expensive. Very, very expensive. So I came back to Hanover and said, hey, this is too expensive, and I don't want you to go through all of that for me. So I heard that they got training in the police. If you enter the police force, you can play in the police band, and they train you. So that's what I did. I joined the force, and I requested when I went there to be transferred to the band division. After training, I was transferred to the band division, and that was where I got my formal training in music. I read, teach, play, write music at the stage. Then did 7.5 years in the force, touring, abroad, Jamaica land, and then I resigned, started my own band in the grill, still playing drums. My dad passed away, so when my dad passed away,
I'm not quite sure what's
right.
happening, GD, but it went back to that kind of scratchy thing again. Okay, so we've lost him completely. So maybe that was his internet connection. Well, let us see here. Father Ken, are you there?
I am always here, but
Yeah, I seem to be
let's see if we can work it out in the next 2 minutes or 3 minutes or so.
right,
And if
right.
not, we have to say wicked or something. Goodness,
I love the vibe on this song. Aren't you gonna get on the rhythm?
I am. You understand me with him?
I actually can send it to you, and then have them get it
Even yeah,
all
just come
hooked
back
up.
in.
GD, you're back.
Yes, I'm back.
All right, there you go. You sound better. Welcome
Yes,
back.
I just leave and get better. Right.
All right. Well, you can come back up and talk to me, and then of course Our
All
real
right.
host is Ken Solomon. I'm just being plentiful right here. So
All
go
right.
ahead and continue what you were telling us.
Right. So after that, now when my dad passed away, I missed him. So I actually wrote this song. Oh, Daddy, we miss you today. As I said, I was still playing drums. So now I have to get a singer. My sister didn't want to sing it. She said it's too mournful. So I actually recorded that song in my basement with the help of Julian Clem, and he came and did all the recording for me, and we actually uh, put out the song on Amazon form. And then, I said, well, we can do this thing. So I said, okay, I'm going to go ahead and record some more songs. So we went ahead and recorded Give Love album, and the producer of that album is Lee Holness. So both of us, collaborate on that album. Songs like Give Love Itself, Rastaman Abbas, African Woman, uh, Let's Use Reggae to Unite the World. Uh, you're there? You're hearing me clearly, right?
I'm hearing you clearly, loud and clear.
All right. Yeah, Rastaman Abbas, Dance Again.
Hmm.
What other song we have on it? Oh, Prophecies, Dreading a Reggae Land.
Mark
So
of the
this was
Beast, where
all
is
like,
that one?
all right, I'm gonna come to that. So we recorded that first album a decade ago, right?
Hmm.
And I did some touring on it, Jamaica, Ganja Fest, Bob Marley Birthday Bash, shows in Kingston. Went all the way to New Mexico with
Hmm.
Marla Brown. That's Dennis Brown's daughter. We did a show together. We
Hmm.
went again and did a show in Seattle, Washington.
Hmm.
Right, we went there two different times. All right. Now, I was here, maybe it's just 3 months ago. And, I said, boy, you know what? I want to write a song, but I just can't just write a song like that. I got to get
Are we able to see
inspiration.
your face, GD? We'd love to
Hold
see your
on.
face on the screen. Father Ken, can you get him on the screen, please?
I'm
Yeah,
trying
because
to.
my camera is on.
Okay. But
You
we're not
have to
seeing your
get
face.
it
We're seeing a background,
on
but
your
not your
camera.
face.
You're showing our thing on your camera.
Hold on. So where do I click?
Click
Uh,
on
Where do I?
click off the camera and click on back.
Uh,
Because it seemed like you're there, but
I,
you're low
I
or
click.
you're higher or somewhere out of the
Hold
sight
on.
of the camera.
Hold on. Just 1 minute. Let me do this.
I know you like it.
I don't, I don't
I
just
know you
like it,
like it.
I love it,
All right. Okay. Well, there's a sighting of him. Go right ahead, GD Hemings.
GD
Okay.
Emmons.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
I think you're working with one of those little
It
aliens.
sounds like cockroach. First time when you're radio and then they want to fix the radio and there's a cockroach is in the speaker.
Well, yeah,
It sounds like
scratches the wooden radio, right?
the
The
wooden
little box.
radio. Exactly.
Yeah.
So I think um,
Yeah.
you know GD Emmons.
GD coming back. Hey. Yeah, he learned. Oh, you probably had it backwards, GD. Come on, let's see your face. In the
No,
place. Ilangoli. GD Hemmings. Ilangoli. Come on, talk to me. Ilangoli.
come
You
on,
ready?
GD and Ilangoli. GD Emmons and
GD
Ilangoli.
Hemmings. GD Hemmings.
Hilangoli,
Come and talk to
Hilangoli,
me.
GD Hemings, Hilangoli,
Hey, Paddy
Soinkom
Langoli,
Soingo,
GDM, Kumba,
Soinkom
Langoli,
Soingo,
talk forth, Langoli, talk to
Kom
me.
Soingo,
Oh, gone
Kom
again, Paddy
Soingo,
Langoli, GDM,
Komango,
Gandongagoli. Some may plant pisaka, Dongagoli,
Hilangoli,
hey,
aha,
and they
and it
pay
be
till
a
they
jilly
kill
kill
for
for
some may.
some, aha,
I must say
amen.
GDM means good on the
Yeah, man,
country.
simply check
Hey, he's
come
back.
back. Yes, GD Evans, come
GD
back.
Hemings, you're
You
back.
gone
Let's try to
again.
talk, anyways. Even though we're not seeing you, we're seeing the outside of your door. I think your camera some is acting funny, but go ahead and talk to us. And Father Ken, I'm gonna really turn it over to you in a bit after he finishes telling us about his performance. And I want to hear more about your performance at the Bob Marley's birthday bash as well, GD.
I'm
Take it
not
away.
seeing. It seems like I'm gone
I'm
again.
gone again.
Soin come, soin go. Hilangoli. GD Evans, Hilangoli. Soin come, soin go.
Genie,
Soin come, soin go. Hilangoli.
come by the
GD
good
Evans,
anytime.
Hilangoli.
Come by
GD
the good
Evans.
anytime.
I think
Me
we got
tell
to
you
work
one
out
time
another
you wanna
another
cry.
program to have him
Come by
on
the good
because
anytime. Genie, come
see me
back
again.
home.
Hilangoli.
Genie, come back
GD
home. We
Hilangoli.
want to finish the show. There he is again. You ready, GD? For you ready for me? Father Ken want to talk to you too. Ready, GD? Hey, Ilangoli, make we talk to you. Ilangoli, don't know what to do.
It sounds
Ilangoli,
like
you
something
can't
croaking in the
appeal.
background. What
Ilangoli, we
is
not
going
hear
on?
you clearly. Ilangoli,
GD
Ilangoli,
Evans and Hilangoli.
hey, Ilangoli. Well, Father Ken, seem like we're gonna have to talk to him at another time because we have
Yes,
Stephanie.
yes. We got to do that. We got to do
Outgoing,
that.
who's waiting in the wing. Like we Ilangoli Rider. Let me see if
Hilangoli.
she's ready. GD, if you come back before we're done, we can talk to you on the road. Ready up, ready up. Stephanie, ready up, ready up, ready up, ready up. Ilangoli. Stephanie Ilangoli. JD, can you hear me? Still a going like a cockroach. Ilangoli on the
You're
approach.
approaching in
We have
radio.
two of you on the screen. You need to click out one. Yeah, all right. Can you hear me now on that one?
Yes.
All right. Go right ahead, my darling. Right ahead.
Yeah, so as I was saying, then I was there and we were, holding up vibes and thing, and then seeing what's going on. I said, boy, I have to come up with a song, and the inspiration came, and the thing was straightforward. Mark of the beast, prophecies, seeing the mark of the beast falling on mankind. So I have some friends in Africa, Ghana to be exact. So I sent them,
Mm-hmm.
the punchline, the idea, and
Mm-hmm.
Ben, he was the one that created the rhythm. And then I have a friend, his name is Commando in California. He told me about a guy in that's Clark, Andrew Clark in New York. And he said he's a very good engineer. So I gave him the idea and I, sang the punchline. And trust me, the man created one of the music will move Africa, Kenya, Gambia, all the places, seeing the mark of the beast falling on mankind. So them say that's one of the biggest music may have to how them listen to the thing. And it's actually saying what's happening, all over this place, all over the world, So right now Mark of the Beast is being promoted all over, all over. Yeah. Seeing the
All right.
mark of the beast falling on mankind.
All
So
right. Where is
that's
that
one of the
beautiful
last
place
song
I'm
and
looking
after.
at in
Huh?
your camera? Where is that beautiful place that I'm looking at in your camera?
That is
Oh,
the
you're
back of
breaking up.
his house. And the lady that you saw there was his wife.
Okay,
Is my
are you here in Jamaica or you're overseas?
No, I'm overseas right now. I'm in
Okay.
Chicago.
All right. I could tell that
Yeah.
it's looks kind of, all right, no problem. Well, I'm gonna stop being nosy right
Yeah,
now and turn things over
you're
to Father Ken. Father Ken, take it away.
right.
at
Your
you.
station. Yeah,
Blessing.
you sound clear just now. Uh, yeah, you sound just clear just now.
We
You
clear all the
sound.
time. It's just your thing having some cockroach sound there. But of course, we will bear with you and we'll do what we have to do. GD Emmons,
Yeah.
interview hasn't been flowing smoothly as we would like to have it, but we still determined. We put up a lot of resilience to still have you on because we have an entrepreneur in the wings that we want to bring on screen. So we're gonna do a little rap with you right now. Tell us a little bit about, of course, how the music started for you, and of course, what the songs that you're pushing right now, and on the radio. It seems like I'm gone again. Jano Star.
Go ahead. Go ahead. No, go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. I'm hearing you.
GD Emmons,
Yes, I'm
tell
here.
us a little bit about what inspired you so far with the music, and what are some of the songs that you're pushing right now.
Yes, as I said, Rastaman Abbas and Mark of the Beast. Those are the two songs that I'm pushing right now. Them songs, powerful songs. So I mean, I've got like prophecies and all them songs, but Mark of the Beast, Rastaman Abbas. Those are the two that we're pushing hard. You know, yeah.
What inspired you to write those songs?
Well, let me tell you, from I was young, it's just that I really look at a lot of stuff, a lot of things that people do. And in Jamaica, there's always a stigma against the Rastaman. You see what I mean? And for me, from I was young, I said I don't like when I go barber, my mother have to come hold me. Because them have all them scissors and them things around my bridge and me scared. Worse when them I use the shave around my neck and all them places. Me always scared for a little youth. And them say, me now keep me steady. But me never like them trim my brethren. Me never like them trim me. And me always say
Okay.
in my mind, hey, me now make nobody trim me when me reach age of consent. Me in my mother house, I know me can't do it. And the minute I get out, brother, trust me, stop cut my hair. I know people in Jamaica have a lot of stigma, against Rastaman. So so that is why I write about Rastaman Abbas, because a lot of people don't really know like a true Rastaman, what the depth of his actual living is. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's not just because he wants not to be here and all of that. But,
Okay, DJ, GD Emmons, you've gone back into that croaking sound again. So quickly wrap up right here and tell us
yeah.
how people can get contact with GD Emmons.
All right, actually, I've got an email, and that is Hemings Financial Services at gmail.com. Also on Facebook. GDM Music, Facebook. You also can call my brother. My number is not private. 904 That's the easiest way, direct contact. My phone always on night and I'm straight, that's how you get me.
Let me see if I can get that number. Did you say 904-48-820-4811?
Yeah, man, anybody can call me, man. My number never private. Trust me, I can't keep it, and I can't even change that number. Everybody call me, no problem. Call me anytime, not a problem for me. That's it.
So tell us in about a minute or two. What are some of the things coming up for GD Emmons right now
All right,
in
so
terms of the
actually,
musical promotion?
we have a show in Pittsburgh coming up in September. gonna be the
Wow.
last Friday of September, and we have Kenya also that's gonna be in October,
That's
and we
right.
have Gambia November and December, and we have something to
All
do
right, ladies
in
and
Jamaica.
gentlemen, I think he's saying he has shows coming up in Gambia, Kenya in November and December. GD Hemings, are you back with us now? All right,
Oh,
we're
he's
not
not there.
hearing him,
All
so
right,
we're gonna
that's
cut
it.
it right here and prepare for the entrepreneur Stephanie Giles Elliott to come in and talk to us. All right.
Yes, we got to do that. Let's.
Looking for the hottest vibes, a real conversation, and authentic Jamaican culture? Then tune in to the Jamaica Spotlight Show, featuring exclusive artist interviews, breaking news, reviews, and rich cultural information from Jamaica and beyond. Every last Friday at 7:30 p.m. Join Sarah Diva Dion alongside host Carol Lou McIntyre and the blessed one, Ken Solomon, on Hot Fire Blazing FM TV. You don't want to miss the energy, the culture, and the excitement. Guess what? Don't be late. It's gonna be great.
All right, thank you for that. And we're back. Now we're going to be listening to our entrepreneur, Stephanie Giles Gunning. Good evening, Stephanie. Welcome to Mega Hot Fire Blazing FM TV.
Thank you so much, Dion. How are you?
I am doing excellent. Great to see you as always.
As always.
All right, Stephanie, we go way back. A lot of people don't know. By the way, let me say, Carrie, feel better. Shout out to you. I wish Carrie was here so she could ask all the questions. But tonight, I'm diplomatically putting for the kid on the spot to ask the questions. But let me start with a few. Stephanie, my love, go ahead and tell us about the little upbringing up until high school, and then I want to hear about Bill Giles because I
Oh,
feel like I should have known him back then before he went onto the other side. Talk to us.
okay. Well, Bill Giles is my not my biological father, but my foster father who raised me from I was 6 months old until, we became adult. And he died when I was about 28 years old. And this man has such an impact on my life that I call myself Bill Giles Pickney.
All right,
I
thank you
I
so
even
very
have a
much.
book that's coming out, Bill Giles Pickney, which chronicles the life that I lived while being raised by this phenomenal man. He's a hero in that you ever hear them say, you live there are some people that cannot die. I
Mhm.
believe that this is the man that cannot die. His name has to be mentioned the moment you speak. Once you're addressing certain issues, it's like you have to go back to say, Papa would have said. And so he lives forever in my heart.
All right, thank you. Thank you, Steph. Tell us a little bit more about your upbringing. I know Papa played a big role. How about Mama and your siblings? And then let's move on to the schools.
Well, because I was adopted, as I'm showing you, I didn't know my biological brother until he was like 33 years old. So, there's a long history behind that. And the story that all folds into my book, Bill Giles Pitney. So, one of these days I will talk to you when the book is being released. We can discuss further how it is that I came to know my natural family. But I grew up in a community called Treadways in Linstead. I attended Burmady Primary School, not so popular with a lot of people, but believe me, some great stalwarts came from that institution. And then I moved on to Charlemont High School. And of course, as a past student yourself, that yes, many creatives, many successful people came from that institution. And a lot of people did not know about Charlemont, much to my eye when I was working in corporate Jamaica. So when we started winning school challenge quiz and stuff like that, I was like, next time you tell me you don't know where Charlemont is, we're going to have issues. And then, we have so many successful people. Most popular one would be Asafa Powell. a past student of Charlie Mount High School as well. So that
Mhm.
is my proud alma mater.
Colin Giles.
Um, yes. And then I can tell you about my corporate life. I moved to Kingston, and my very first job was with Radio Jamaica. Since I was 10 years old, I aspired to be a journalist. And of course, I had not yet attended university, but I knew that I had to make my pathway on the right track. So I started working at Radio Jamaica as a receptionist, and then I move on from there till I went overseas and I studied journalism and I returned. I have worked with various media houses, the Gleaner, the Nationwide, Hot 102, News Talk 94 FM. Yes, I've skipped through a few, and then I retired from media in 2015 and started Compass Communication, and that is where the true journey of entrepreneurship began.
All right, thank you. Of course, a woman with many hats, and yeah, publicist, journal. You still, well, you're saying you're retired, but I don't think you have retired fully because the
Well,
work
I
goes on, right?
retired from traditional media, but I'm technically still in media because I do marketing, PR, event planning, and all of those are media stuff. So, it is. I transitioned from working for the man to working for myself.
For yourself, yes. Amen.
Yes.
Now, we're here this evening, Steph. Specifically, I want to talk to you about 30 plus. What inspired you, and when did you realize fashion was not just a pastime, but it is, of course, your passion?
Funny thing, I've always been inspired by fashion. And when I was attending Charlemont High School, many knocked me get from a big forehead there for doing something daring. When there are concerts or sports there, anything, I used to make my own clothes. And my father did not like that because, they were resistant to you wearing what is trendy and stuff like that. But not Stephanie. I had to wear them. So even if I had to dress differently and dress how he approved of and go out and wear my fashionable outfit, that is what was done. And I didn't have a sewing machine either. I had used needle and regular thread and I sew my clothes, and a lot of people did not know. So I used to get a lot of praises for, oh my God, girl, you got a gift and stuff like that. But then, life came in the way. I was working, I was now part of corporate Jamaica, I was raising a family, and I did not have time for those things. But then I remember one day I was walking along Malines Road and a car pulled up at my gate, at my feet, and that was Kingsley Cooper. And I remember he said to me, do you model? And I was like, still not up in my being as yet. I'm not looking and say, oh, girls, you're slim and you're nice and you can model. No, I was not thinking about those things in those days. And I said, no. And he says, check me Friday. I have a gig for you. And we spoke about it a little bit, and I went and I tried it out, and it worked. And then it became a side job for me, something that I could just go out and do something and make some extra money. And I did that for a little while until again life came in the way, because I had bigger goals, bigger dreams, and this was not taking me where I wanted to be. It was just a little insert here, a little thing there, and I was not satisfied with that. So I told myself that, you know what, maybe this is not for me, because I'm a creative mind, but I like to do my own unique projects. And after I left the media, Dion, you would have been familiar with this story. This is when my full creativity really kicked in. And I told myself that, you know what, I want to do things that the ordinary Jamaicans weren't doing. So by the time I thought of a festival, mind you, no idea is unique. It's coming from somewhere. A lot of people had started doing festivals in Jamaica. And there was yam festival, curry festival, chicken festival, pork festival. And I was like, what is there that is untouched so far in Jamaica? And that is where I came up with the idea. I actually staged a festival in Milk River, Clarendon, and I had an exhibitor who sold, he was selling rums, but he had flavored rums. And of all the booths that were on that beach, he was the one that was most visited. And I was like, aha, a rum festival. That is what Jamaica needed. And starting 2015, I started the island's first rum festival. Yes, I get the accolades of and the recognition internationally and stuff like that. But eventually that was taken over by one of those corporate giants. And you have to leave it alone. But I continued in my pursuit, and my creativity again goes back to my father, who was like a jack of all trades. He's what like a man who said, you don't sit and wait on any one thing, you always try something, whatever works you continue with it. So while I was there wondering if I should continue with event planning, etc., I came up with another idea where I said, hey, Jamaica has not yet visited using container homes as a livable solutions. We were using containers for shops, etc. But we were not examining it from a developer's perspective that a container could be insulated and transformed into a home. So I started that project again. And yes, I got the recognition and the write-ups in the newspaper, etc. And we started container homes, and we have built several container homes across Jamaica. But then the Chinese came in and they started to make it cheaper and more affordable. And the prices of container went sky high in Jamaica because everybody now needed a container to be converted into a home. And then that market crumbled again. But Stephanie is always Stephanie, and my first love has always been media. So even though I was doing home renovations, not just the containers, it's just if you wanted your bathroom to be retrofitted or renovated, your kitchen, if you want your roof fixed, it and cleaning services as well, I was still offering all of those services. But the the media person in me never died. And I now reached a stage in my life where I wanted to transition from climbing ladders, going onto people's roof and supervising workmen, which you can imagine how that is hard for me as a woman. And I wanted to go back to my first love. So I started to go back to my original concepts. And the 30 plus idea came to me from I was 30 years old, and I had a whole anxiety the day before my 30th birthday. And I was there thinking I'm going to wake up with gray hair and saggy skin, and I'm just going to be, you know, everything's just going to change. I'm 30, I'm getting old. And I woke up the next morning, and my dear, the birds were still singing. Stephanie was still beautiful. And I was like, what's wrong with you, girl? But then I started to think that other women may be facing the same crisis that I was, and being traumatized by this fear of growing old, not having certain things in place, and stuff like that. And then while fixing my life, I felt, why not provide a platform for women to express themselves? And I started the 30 plus talk show on nationwide radio, and that continued for a little while until I moved to Hot 102. And then with the advent of COVID, the program, came off air. We weren't getting any sponsors, etc. And I kind of phased the idea in the background because, with COVID, people were more focused on making their homes more livable because everybody was locked inside. So, bam, once again, I am back on the home renovation side of it. But my love for media and event planning still was there. So once everything leveled out in 2022, by this I recognized that everybody was doing talk shows because COVID like opened the floodgate for that, and I didn't want to be everybody else. So what I did, I'm sorry, I'm not ready. Dion, are you there?
I am right here listening to
Oh,
you.
okay. I don't know. I thought we chipped out for a minute. Yes.
No.
So once I recognized that everybody was doing talk shows, I didn't want to be a part of everybody's doing the same thing. I still wanted something that stood out. And I went back to the drawing board. And of course, it came back to my love of fashion. And I started the 30 plus fashion show and expo. And that started off beautifully because no imagine I was 50 years old, and no women were like, you really mean we can model? And I was like, I'm not looking for professional models. I was looking for women who were just confident and feel safe in their skin to use fashion as a way to come into their being. And it worked. It was so marvelous. And us lady, we have shared a camaraderie to the point that I still have those ladies on board with me to this day. The second 30 plus fashion show and expo was staged, and then the third one that was staged recently, April 25th. That was a phenomenal success. But the women did not want me to stop there, Dion. What they now wanted was, all right, it's nice to just go up on stage and put on pretty clothes and fashion, but what about the part that connects with our soul, that let us explain to people that we are who we are because of the experiences that we have had, and we are now ready to live the rest of our lives as the best of our lives. And that is where the women like, put on a pageant, no man, we want something for us. And I know went back to the drawing board and started the Miss 30 Plus Jamaica pageant, which of course will be extended to the Miss 30 Plus Caribbean pageant. So if there are any persons from other Caribbean territories on here, they can always contact me because I am looking for directors in countries where we can get a representative to participate in the Miss 30 Plus Caribbean pageant.
All
So
right,
that is
thank
where
you.
I am with 30 Plus now, Dion, and it's growing. I am proud of the work that I have put in, and I am proud of the ladies that have signed up so far. I even have ladies living in America, Jamaicans living in America, signing up to be a part of the pageant.
Great, great to hear. Now, I know you must have had challenges, but tell us, what are the greatest challenges that you're facing, and what was your real breakthrough moment?
The real challenge for event planners like myself here in Jamaica is to get the attention of corporate Jamaica. Um, a lot of times when you start off an event, it's like they're like, prove to me that you can continue this. Prove to me that you can make it a success before they even consider coming on board. And then those who come on board will come with product support. That really does not help us. But then what to do? We have to do something. So you find that events of this nature, especially in its infancy, it's out of pocket. It's strenuous, but then you have a desire to see your your vision come to life. So it's a huge sacrifice. So a little better response from corporate Jamaica would really help people like myself. So anybody from corporate Jamaica, or even if you're in the US and you want to say, you know what, she has a great project going on in Jamaica and you want to support it, we entrepreneurs really need the financial support to make events like these successful.
All right, great, great. Now, there are a lot of women. We are 30 plus. We're still bold and beautiful, but there are
Oh
a lot of
yes.
women saying, I've never had any training as to how to go out there and model, show off, flaunt what I've got. Do you groom these women, or what's the
Oh,
process?
definitely, definitely. Once they sign up for the Miss 30 Plus pageant, we have workshops, we have motivational speaking, in which we have speakers who come in, speak to them, allow for them to express themselves, allow for them to share whatever inhibits them from being the woman that they truly desire to be. They are trained in social graces, they're trained how to walk, how to talk. It's all there for them.
All
So
right.
it's yes, it's a whole transformation process. It's not just go up there and being pretty in designer clothes. It is a whole makeover. It changes how your perception of life, perception of self, and it really gets at the end of the day, what we want are women who recognize that they too can live fulfilling lives, even if they just grab themselves at 40 or 50 or 60 or whatever year old, they
Yes,
can
thank
do it
you.
too.
And of course, you are one of my inspiration, and you were the first person who allowed me to go on a stage. I didn't know that at my age I could have gone and performed
Ah,
at a
see?
festival, and you did. So thank you for that. Now, I would love to go on and talk, but I know we have different stages of your 30 plus fashion show coming up, and we would love to talk to you at different times. But right now, Father Ken Solomon is the real host this evening. Since our host is not feeling well, Carolou McIntyre, I wish her a speedy recovery. So, Father Ken, I will turn it over to you right now so you can pick Stephanie Giles Gunning's brain as to her 30 plus and other things you wish.
Wow, it's a pleasure to have such an individual on Hot Fire in FM. And as I was sitting here in my chair, rocking and listening to the vibration, a woman of the soil, a real Jamaican woman that didn't run away from Jamaica, she stayed at Jamaica and, of course, unleash her talent to, of course, the nook and cranny, I would say, of Jamaica for persons to know that, of course, Jamaican women still have the quality to stand on their own and to show off their ideas and to show off whatever and their intelligence. And you have been through the ranks. Of course, you mentioned about media. You have been through the ranks
Yes.
like mainstream media. And could you tell us what are some of the things that really inspired you in media? Why you choose media? You could choose anything, but why media?
Funny, I when I was 10 years old, my principal told me that the way I wrote, I didn't write as a child. He felt my writing was that of an adult, and how it is that I expressed myself through my work, my art, really was impressive. And I remember coming home one day, and my principal reached to my house before me after I had written an essay on a haunted house, and he came to my father and said, "Listen to me, Mr. Giles, you have money." And him said, "Why you say that?" Him said, "Spend money upon this little girl. If she not become a journalist, I don't know who will." And from that, I put it in the back of my head that,
Um,
listen, I am a great storyteller, and I will hone my skills, that I become what it is that, I truly admired, I see them on television, reading the news, and
yeah,
I was not always taking things at face value. I am a deep thinker, so I was always curious as to how it is that they ended up with the end product. And those questions were like a little bit too much for my relatives. They were
yeah,
like, "Why you need to know those things? See the news up on the TV, listen to it." And I was like, "But how she talking like that? And how do you get it on the television?" So then eventually I started. My father recognized that, listen, we can manage this little girl, we have to carry her go town and show her how this thing is done. So I had gotten my tours of RGR, well, JBC at the time who had television, and RGR had radio. And my father made sure that I saw the inner workings of the media.
um,
And that was 11 years old. And then
yes,
I said, "This is what I want." The
wow,
excitement of producing a program, seeing the end result, the excitement of doing a story and carrying it to the end. And of course, happily ever after is not really true, but sometimes the outcome truly changes the lives of people in Jamaica. And I was so happy to be a part of that.
wow, wow, such an individual right here. What are some of the highlights, sort of moments in the mainstream media, memorable moments that you would like to share with us right here on Hot Fire Blazing FM? All the
Listen,
persons out there
don't
watching and
start
listening
me.
here and
Don't
to see
start
Stephanie
me
Elliott.
off. Let me tell you one. I
Yeah,
remember this was it 2003? We had a hurricane in Jamaica, and it had
yeah,
impacted only the southern part of Jamaica, not the western part of Jamaica. And
uh-huh,
Sir Solomon, the gleaner, take me and send me go a Rocky Point, Clarendon.
yes,
And we were down there, the rain started to fall. And I felt that, cameraman come, we'll leave. You see, when
uh-huh,
we leave, I'm sure fact, on the way in, we saw some alligators. It's alligator, we have our crocodile. we saw some of them on the road, some baby ones. So
Okay.
here we are making our way out of Rocky Point because, of course, the water was not rising, and we were in a highest bus, and the water was on our seats.
Yes.
So we're taking our times and trekking through the water. And eventually the vehicle just said, no more, Stephanie, we're not going any further. So I am there. Oh Lord, what we going to do? So I said to the guy, come, make we push the van out of the water. And I'm there nicely pushing. Push up. My mind say, hold on there. Now, okay,
Uh-huh.
so we put us the whole heap of alligator them. Listen,
Yeah.
when it fastest I jump in the bus. And sir, we sat in the bus and I was cold for hours and my battery was like on 1%. And I don't know if you remember our famous talk show host, Tony Lang, on Power 106 at the time. And Power had just transitioned to the Gleaner.
Yes.
And I used my 1% and called Tony, interrupted his, he can talk. And when
Yes.
I said,
Yeah.
Tony, we're stranded in a rocky point. Tony go up on the radio, I said, no go save the woman, and my God, dead left in two pitney. And Jamalco came. I have never been happier to see a tractor in my life.
What did you do?
Jamalco sent, Jamalco sent a tractor, and they came and they rescued us, took us to the plant in Hayes,
Yes.
got us clean clothes, got us warm food, and sent me home. And Tony, I don't remember ever sleeping so long. And next morning, me wake up 1 o'clock. The next
One
day,
o'clock.
1 o'clock the next afternoon. Because Tony, I was so happy. But I tell you, that
Who's
thought,
Tony?
the Tony, when I remember the alligator where we passed in the road, I was like, I could have been that thing's dinner.
Oh my God.
Yes. So there were sometimes when we get together as media people and we talk some stories, hey man, we laugh till because we're like, did we go through that? I had another time when there was a road protest. And let me tell you, when the people them start throw tear gas and bust, I scale a fence. I'll know every time I pass and look on the fence, me I wonder, oh me go over it.
When trouble catch up, pitney short fit you. That's what we talk of Jamaican
I
talk there.
scale over the fence and I never move. All when the crowd disperse and police come, me over there because me never. When I peep out, road empty.
Oh my God.
But
Wow.
there were so many dangers. There's dangers to the job, and there are joyous moments as
Yes,
well.
to the job, to the job.
I can tell you one very and I won an award. I won a humanitarian award for this story. I don't know if you guys remember the baby pansy story. And it was a story of a mother who had given birth in a public hospital and then told that the child had died. And then when they showed her the body, she said, that's not my child. And
Yes.
she went to several media houses and nobody would listen to her. And then somebody told her, find this journalist named Stephanie. And she came to me. And when I took her story to my media house, I said, no, sir. Say I'm mad woman this. And I said, no, I'm going to vouch for her. Let us take the risk. And at the end of that story, that woman ended up being compensated because even when they went back to the morgue that claimed that that was the child and tested all 38 dead bodies in there, none of them belonged to the mother. And that story had given way for Jamaica to now get DNA done here because prior to that, we had to send DNA samples overseas, and sometimes it was taking months at a time for the results to come. So when that story came to light, that is when DNA came to Jamaica. So I am so happy for some of the things that I have done that have helped to transform the way we see and do things in Jamaica.
Wow. I'm telling you, this chit chat that we having right here, it is perping up a lot of people out there. I just got a text message that, of course, Solomon, this lady remind me of Faye Ellington. Or she give me some joke and let me roll off on a chair. While he was talking about the crocodile, let me tell you something. This lady texts me and tell me that, of course, this lady is such a person, a storyteller. Why don't you have her on at Fireblazing FM to come and talk a little section called Story Time?
Oh
And that
Lord,
is the idea
that
coming
would
to you
have
right
worked
there,
in a
saying
Tony.
that can work, yeah.
That
So,
would have worked because hey, let me tell you, Tony,
uh,
when me clean, nobody couldn't tell me say me no Miss Lou,
you see what I'm talking about? You see what I'm
Listen,
talking
and
about?
when I mixed the English and the patois, my father was like, no. And I was like, no, daddy, that's my dialect. So
Yes.
until this day, I have that thing about me where I'll be properly spoken, but something just not sound so good if it not come
Chipping.
out in a patois.
Something chipping.
So,
Oh
oh
my
God, man, the
God.
patois off it chip in. And then, so people know of me as that kind of person who is, I don't like, oh, I don't have to be all chirpy and all that and crispy talking and them something that. I love my patois. I love to tell my stories in patois.
And I love this. I love this. I love this a lot. And that brings me to say, that we have to have a special segment for you that we could
Ah,
talk about an hour, and me and you and Sarah, that you could elaborate more. And there's so much more that you have to say, but of course our time here, and that
yes.
brings me to this question that I would like to ask you: what breaks you from the point that you'd like to say you want to resign from mainstream radio and, of course, do something else?
Because I like I had become what would you say? I had become numb in media. And
Yeah.
media had changed a lot. I One thing that really connected with me, two things, let me tell you. There was once I was sent on an assignment, and it was after that last election. I think that was back in 2002 when PJ Patterson ran against Edward Seaga's last election.
Yeah.
And in the aftermath of that election, there were a lot of killings in Clarendon. I remember that year is the first year that Clarendon recorded 99 murders. So Clarendon
Wow.
was now leading the entire island in terms of murders. And so I was assigned to cover Clarendon because, I was knowledgeable of the terrain. My maternal side of the family came from down there and I had a lot of connections down there. So people more trusted me. So people were calling the media house and say, "Fana Stephanie, don't send nobody down here, So yes, yes.
I like
So
that.
yes, yes, I had that connection with that parish.
Yes.
But in the aftermath of the election and the murders, I remember 5 bodies were found in a shallow grave in
Yes.
Clary. And I stood there and watched it. It really, really numbed me.
Wow.
And I had to watch, and there were animals coming to remove body parts. There were so many things that the police could not control. We couldn't control the crowd. We couldn't control how it is that the animals were taking away body parts, the
Yes.
stench, everything. And I was like, no, this cannot be the rest of my life. It just really, really broke me that day. And then um, immediately after that, there was another story that I was assigned to. And I can't
Yes.
divulge much because people will know these people. But okay, mm,
Wow.
I will tell you one day. But that story made me say, you know what, Stephanie, leave this. This is too much. And then after that incident happened, and I wrote my story, and I went to the editor, and my editor said, "I only one somebody dead. I think I'm more." And I was like, "No. So one life not mean nothing to you? It has to be two, three, four, five." And I was like, the media was just not what it used to be. And that is when I decided that I'm going to bow out of traditional
Yes.
media.
Yes. Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
And we here at Fire Blazing Heaven really admire you a lot. And of course, in a nutshell, and of course, in wrapping up, um, could you, because you break over in marketing and PR,
Yes.
tell us a little bit about, of course, some of the things that you have been doing in PR and marketing presently right now.
Okay, with public relations, I will do publicity for artists and businesses as well, and that's pretty much it. Businesses who want to launch out, I will be in the background and I will position them with whether traditional media or non-traditional media, and we connect them with the people that they want to connect with. I also do sponsorship, even though it's tough for me, it's tough for everybody, but I try to secure sponsorship for persons who are doing events, etc. I do motivational speaking as well.
Yeah.
And of course the event planning part of it. I do event planning not just for myself but for other persons as well. So I plan events. To an extent I was drawn into that part of it because wedding planning is really too pulling, but there's a lot of people who still believe that if Stephanie do it, it not do good. So I have some people who will call me from overseas and say, my daughter is getting married. And Stephanie, even if I tell me where you go, what you think, go look panic for me, man. And by the time I reach me here, say my contract. So a lot of jobs I did not
Yeah.
care to be a part of. I ended up
Yeah.
calling like, well, Stephanie, since as you think so, might as well you do it, yeah, man.
Yes.
And I do the jobs. So I do events for other persons as well. So anybody interested in doing events, it's a festival, it's a fashion show, it's a concert, it's a it's a media workshop, it's a motivational workshop. You can contact me for that as well.
Okay, in that point, we love you so much, Stephanie. And of
Thank
course,
you.
tell us, of course, how persons can hook you up, persons out there right now. Talk to us.
All right. If persons want to get to me, they can email me at Compass Communication JA communication, not no S, JA at gmail.com, or they can call me at 876-449-4179. My social media handles are 876 underscore compass, COMPASS. I have other social media pages too, but Compass normally leads you right to them. And of course, and that's me on Compass Communication on all platforms.
Great, great stuff. Lady Sierra, you know something? We need this lady here to do some marketing and PR for us.
I knew that
In the
was coming.
background, yeah. And of
I
course, because she's going to make some people laugh, and when they laugh, oh, they just jump on at Fire Blazing FM. I'll
I
tell
knew
you
that
that.
was coming. I
And
knew
we're
it.
looking
I
forward,
heard it
of course,
before.
to working, of course, with, of course, this fantabulous and wonderful Jamaican, of course, part of our culture. You know. She is a nutshell, a part of our culture in a nutshell by ourselves. So we live our best to you. Salute, Stephanie Elliott.
Thank you. Thank you.
Stephanie, thank you for coming on. And of course, I've known
We
you and you've done write ups for me.
indeed
They don't
right,
know that, but
indeed.
she's done write ups for me. So the proof is in the pudding that the article is still out there. When I did my song First Time We Met, you were the one who did
Yes.
that write up for me, the star, and all over the place. And of course, I'm familiar with your other events. You did the South Coast Rum Festival. But like Father Ken says, we have to schedule you for another time where we just sit and chat. It could be in the
Not a
daytime.
problem. Let me know, and I will have a nice story put on for you.
All right.
Yeah,
Thank
I
you so
like
very
it.
much. Thank you, Stephanie,
Yeah.
for sharing with us this evening, taking the
Yes.
time out of your evening, time away from family, probably. And thank you for being 30 plus and bold and beautiful.
Thank you
Thank
very
you so
much,
much.
Dion. Thank you, Tony.
Blessings.
You
I
keep
get a
calling
new
me
name.
Tony. Is there something that I don't know?
I get a new name.
Me
Yeah.
no know.
She
I
keeps
thought
saying
you
Tony, and
already
I'm
said your
saying
name,
Tony,
Tony.
Tony. It's Ken.
Listen, all right, him name Ken Tony.
Ken Tony. All right, Father Ken Tony. New name from Stephanie Giles Gunning. Yes,
Oh my
entrepreneur,
golly.
CEO of Miss
I got a
30
new one
Plus.
there. I got a new one there.
Yeah,
Um,
I
Thank you
tell
so
you.
much, Stephanie. And of
Thank
course,
you
again, my
too.
new name. And of course, Sarah.
Yes.
I want to say something, but I'm going to allow you to give me the opportunity to say a couple words in the end.
Yes.
But of course, take it away. Take it
Of
away.
course. All right. And I want to say thank you to all our guests. There was Stephanie Giles Gunning. Prior to that, we had GD Hemings, international recording artist. And of course, Raul, the treehouse gentleman from, I think, Manchester, Westmoreland, wherever he is. But we had them on here. And this was just to me or for me a fantabulous show. Enjoyed it to the max. And I hope our listeners did as well. Before you go, though, I want to remind you that you can listen to Hot Fire Blazing FM live 24/7 on the web at zeno.fm/radio/ Hot Fire Blazing FM. You can drop us a line at hotfireblazingfm@gmail.com. That's HOTTFIREBLAZINGFM@gmail.com. Also, you may call 1-876-582-2704 if you want to be a sponsor, collaborator, or you just want to listen, chit chat. We also have a WhatsApp chat group. You want to be a part of that, then you call the number 1-876-582-2704. Thank you once again for listening. You have questions, concerns related to tonight's program, you can once again send us an email or call that number 876-582-2704. I'm Sarah Diva Dion. Over to you, Father Ken Solomon.
Wow, wow. It is a big one right here indeed. And remember, thank you so much, Lady Sarah. And remember, subscribers, please subscribe, like, comment, and share the contents, of course, because it was a big one this afternoon or tonight or this morning. What country you're watching this from? And it could be night, it could be morning. So we are, expressing that views. How to win? Yes, that's the word. How to win spiritual warfare? What are the weapons and the tools that believers must use to be victorious in God? The word of the Almighty God through the Old Bible. The weapon words of God. Check this out. Ephesians 6 tell us about our weapon that will make us win the spiritual war. Let's start at Ephesians 6 to 10. The whole armor of God. Finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord and in the power of his might. Put on the whole armor of God, and ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil, mighty God of Daniel. For the wiles not against flesh and blood, but against rulers of spiritual wickedness in high and low places of darkness. So let's get together, my brothers and my sisters, and fight the spiritual war. Don't fight against your brother and a death of the war there. It's about a spiritual warfare. And we here at Art Fire Blazing FM, the fire turn up and cannot cool, can't cool. The fire is blazing. Of course, Lady Sarah Diva Dion, take it away as we close by saying love is the answer. L to the O to the V and to the E. It's Jamaica Spotlight Show. Blazing.
All right. And thank you for stopping by, and we'll see you again on the next Hill and Gully Ride. Good night. Looking for the hottest vibes, a real conversation, and authentic Jamaican culture? Then tune in to the Jamaica Spotlight Show, featuring exclusive artist interviews, breaking news,
reviews, and rich cultural information from Jamaica and beyond every last Friday at 7:30 p.m. Join Sarah Diva Dion alongside host Carolou McIntyre and the blessed one, Ken Solomon, on Hot Fire Blazing FM TV. You don't want to miss the energy, the culture, and the excitement. Guess what? Don't be late. It's gonna be great.
First